Hello, today is brought to you by the letter V, and V is for vampires. Recently, vampires have gotten very popular, and we have everything from the classic Dracula to the vampires of Twilight, if you can really call them vampires. The classic vampire sleeps in a coffin, is killed by a wooden stake, can't go in the sunlight, hates garlic, turns into a bat and flies in the night all so they can suck your blood. But then we have the Twilight vampires. This new fan Twilight, freaky, all the teenage girls love it, Twilight. I don't understand how you think they're vampires. When they go into the sun, instead of shriveling and dying in pain, they sparkle. That's right, they avoid the sunlight so that they don't glitter and make people realize that they're vampires because they're glittering, not because they're writhing in pain due to the fact that the sun is touching them. And they don't turn into bats, which, I mean, that's kind of far-fetched anyway. The glittering? No. The main characters of Twilight are vegetarian, meaning they don't eat other humans. But I guess if vampires had to be real, I'd like that to be a real trait of them. Anyway, so there's a big difference between Bram Stoker's Dracula and Twilight. Obviously, what's the word I'm looking for? English sucks. Obviously, there's a big difference between Bram Stoker's Dracula and Twilight. As we can see, over the past few decades, the idea of vampires has obviously greatly changed. They used to be something that were feared, you know, vampires, they were going to sneak in the middle of the night and they were going to suck your blood. But no, now they go to school with you and they're really, really charming and they're fast and they glitter in the sun. Seriously, people, these are not vampires. Now, I have read another series that is about vampires. That's the House of Night series, and I have mentioned it a few other times. B is for books. And in this series, the main characters are vampires, but they're closer to regular Dracula, I guess you could say. I don't know, they're a mix, I'll explain. To me, I call the House of Night series a good mix between Twilight and Harry Potter. So it's like Twilight because the characters are vampires, but in most other aspects, it's like Harry Potter. Once they reach a certain age, they either get marked or not, and those who are marked must go away to a special boarding school where they learn all about being vampires, just like they have to go to Hogwarts in Harry Potter. And then, of course, there's your main set of characters who are always off fighting evil and trying to save the world as well as their friends, and it's the vampire story of Harry Potter. And I really like it, especially because I really love Harry Potter. These vampires, the way they work is, the garlic thing is just a silly myth that's always been around forever. And they can die, especially by being impaled, because, I mean, who doesn't die by being impaled? They can go into the sun, but because they are now creatures of the night, the sun is just painful for them. It's really hard on their eyes and they're really, really susceptible to sunburn and things like that. And if they're out there for too long, they can, in fact, you know, die. So, I mean, at least they got rid of this weird glittering aspect in this one and sort of brought things in. I mean, they don't turn into bats and fly. I mean, they are like normal people, like in Harry Potter. They're just vampires instead of witches and wizards, and it's so much better than Twilight, people. Anyway, that's all I've got for you, and I will see you tomorrow with W. Bye!